Good morning students. Standard 12 Accountancy Unit 6 Consumer Production. Okay, Standard 12 Commerce Unit 6 Consumer Production, Chapter 16 Consumerism. Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss about consumer registration. Okay, in India, consumer registration in India. So the Indian Contract Act 1982 was passed to bind the people on the promise made into the contract. Okay, so we have the 15 points in this consumer registration. So we have to see first point, the Sale of Goods Act 1982. So the Sale of Goods Act 1982 was passed. Consumers protect the consumers against the sellers. Okay, protect the consumers against the sellers not complying with the express and the implied warranties in the sale of contract. Okay, so next point, the Essential Commodities Act 1955. So the Essential Commodities Act 1955. So what is given? So Essential Commodities 1955 Act protects the consumer against the artificial shortages created by the sellers and hoarding the goods and thus selling goods at the higher price in the black market respect of essential commodities. Okay, the next point, the Agricultural Products Grading and Marketing Act 1937. 1937. What is that said? The Agricultural Products Grading and Marketing 1937 ensures the supply of agricultural products. Okay, supply of agricultural products or commodities with a high quality, good quality to the consumers. We have to supply the good quality of the products to the customer. Okay, the next point, the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1954. So Prevention of Food Adulteration. Okay, Food Adulteration Act 1954 to check the adulteration of food articles to ensure the purify of goods supplied and thus products the health of consumers. Okay, so adulteration of food articles and ensure the purity of goods. We have to check the purity of goods and the supplied and thus products the health of the consumers. So we need the consumer health. So that's why we have in the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1954 protects the health of consumers. Next one, Weights and Measurement Act 1958. Weights and Measurement Measures Act 1958 said protect the consumers against the malpractices of underweight and under measurement. So this act has been replaced as the Legal Metrology Act 2009. Okay, so next, the Trademark Act 1999. So the Trademark Act 1999 prevents the fraudulent marks of the product. Okay, any fraudulence we have to check in the Trademark Act 1999 prevents the fraudulent marks on the product. Okay, so next point, the Competition Act 2002. Next point, the Competition Act 2002 protects the consumers against the competition, unhealthy competition. Okay, so the protects the Act 2002 against the unhealthy competition. Okay, next point, the Indian Standard Institution Act 1952. In the Indian Standard, you know that ISI. Okay, so Indian Standard Institution Act provides, what is it is provide is known as provides special marks to products the fulfilling the minimum quality standards and thus ensures the supply of quality goods to the consumers. Okay, so next point, the Drugs and Magic Remedies Act 1954. So Drugs and Magic Remedies Act provides the the Drugs and Magic Remedies Act 1954 prohibits the advertisement of drugs and remedies claiming to have the magical properties. Okay, next one, the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. What is this provide? So ensures the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 ensure the safety and drugs cosmetics sold in India. Okay, the Drugs and Magic Remedies Act 1940 ensures the safety and drugs of cosmetics sold in the India. Next point, the Food and Safety Act 2006. Food and Safety Act 2006. The Food and Safety Standard Act 2006 regulate the manufacture, storage and distribution of food in safe and wholesome condition to the consumers. Okay, so the Food and Safety Act 2006, what is it? Is regulates the manufacture. Okay, they regulates the manufacturer and the storage and distribution of food and food in safe and wholesome condition to the consumers. The next point, the air. The Air and Prevention Control of Pollution Act 1981 provides, gives controls and prevents of the population in India. Okay, so the Air and Prevention Control Pollution Act 1981 controls and prevents the pollution in India. So next 13 point, the Public Liability Insurance Act 1991. So provides the immediate relief to the person affected by accidents, securing while handling hazardous substances. Okay, so provide the immediate relief to the consumers and the persons affected by the accident. Okay, so 14 point, the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985. He prevents the production of narcotic drugs except for the educational use. Okay, I hope you all understand this consumer registration. So next we are going to discuss salient features of Indian Consumer Protection Act 1986. What are the important features of Indian Consumer Protection Act 1986? So we have to see the point wise. First point, protecting the consumers against the product and services which are harmful to the health of consumers. Okay, so we have to protect the consumers against the product and services which are harmful to health of consumers. Okay, so next point, protecting the consumers from the breach of contract. Okay, breach of contract by sellers or manufacturers. Then third point, ensuring the consumers with the supply of goods at a fair quality. Okay, we have to give the fair quality. The manufacturer have to give the goods to the customer at a fair quality. So ensuring the consumer with the supply of goods at a fair quality. Then ensuring that consumers are charged at a fair price also. Okay, so we have the consumer manufacturer have to give the goods to the consumer at a fair price. Okay, ensuring the consumers are charged for the fair price. Then fifth point, ensuring uninterrupted supply of goods. Ensuring the uninterrupted supply of goods. Sixth point, ensuring the availability of goods in correct quantity. Okay, the goods are have to in the correct quality and quantity and the right size. Okay, the next one, protecting the consumers against pollution of various kinds. Pollution of various kinds. Okay, so first point, protecting the consumers against the product and services which are harmful to the health of consumers. Second point, protecting the consumers from the breach of contract by sellers or manufacturer. The third point, ensuring the consumers with the supply of goods at a fair quality. And fourth point, ensuring that consumers are charged at a fair price and ensuring uninterrupted supply of goods. Next point, ensuring the availability of goods in the correct quantity and right size and protecting the consumer against pollution of various kinds. Next, 8th point, important features of Indian Consumer Protection 1986. Safeguarding the consumer against the misleading and untrue messages. Okay, untrue messages communicated through the advertisement. Okay, so safeguarding the consumer against the misleading and untrue messages communicated through the advertisement. And 9th point, protecting the consumers against unfair trade practices. Okay, so protecting the consumer against the unfair trade practices of unscrupulous trader. Unscrupulous trader means dishonest person. Okay, so protecting the consumers against unfair trade practices of unscrupulous trader. The 10th point, protecting the consumer against the evil effect of competition. Evil effect of competition. So these are the 15 points. These are the 10 points. Salient important features of the Indian Consumer Protection Act 1986. So next point, next we are going to discuss objectives of the Consumer Protection Act 1986. So first point, providing correct and complete information about the quality, quantity, purity, price and standard of goods purchased by the consumers. So okay, we have to provide the information, providing the correct information to the customer about the quality of goods, quantity and purity, price of goods and standard of goods so purchased by the consumers. Second point, protecting the consumers from unfair trade practices of traders. Okay. Third point, empowering consumers to seek redress against exploitation. Then fourth point, educating the consumer of their rights and duties. Okay, we have to educate the consumer of their rights and duties. Then fifth point, ensuring the better standard for living for consumers by providing them with a quality at a fair price. I hope you all understand this topic, Objectives of Consumer Protection Act 1986 and Consumer Regulation and features of Consumer Protection Act. Okay, thank you very much.